This nibble originally aired on RSBANDB Update, episode 913. It's a fee. Enjoy. I think that they're doing this in a very similar way to what they did with archaeology, in that archaeology was unveiled about a month or so before RuneFest, just the name of the skill. They were on live stream. Mod Shawnee got told in his earpiece to release the name of the new skill. I forget, maybe it was Mod Osborne who was on there as well, but it was a complete surprise to Mod Shawnee at the time, and they just revealed that there was going to be a new skill in 2020 that was going to be called archaeology. And all we had was the name of the skill until RuneFest, and then following that, we got more info with Mod Osborne and Mod Timbo's videos that were shot out in the tent. Wonderful, wonderful video pieces. Got to wonder what they'll do for Necromancy, if they'll take a stroll through any graveyards or anything like that.
Will they pop Take Me Back to Port, though?
Never. Yeah. Never. That will never be topped for RuneScape videos.
I think that's what they gotta. That's the bar they gotta shoot for, though. 'Cause even if they miss it, it's gonna be damn good.
Yeah. Now, Necromancy brings up a whole other suite of ideas in terms of what it could be, and I want to say that I squarely think that it won't be anything related to summoning. And the reason for that is that the summoning expansion to 120 was designed for 2022, and the decision was made to not go for it because of the scope. And for people who are unaware, skills take about 18 months to 2 years to build. So with where we're at right now with the skill shipping in Q1 of 2023, this would mean that the work on the skill would have started in late 2021 or mid to early 2021 at that. So as a result of that, you wouldn't necessarily be building Necromancy and talk about expanding summoning to 120 if the two were in any way similar. You wouldn't go through the design process of building 120 summoning if it was going to be anything like Necromancy. You wouldn't do that. So I don't think it's going to be anything like summoning, bringing creatures back from the dead. I don't think it's going to be dark summoning. I don't think it's going to be like the binding contracts, and it's definitely not going to be pouch making. So I don't think it's going to be like summoning. I also don't think it's going to be an elite skill, because they said they want everybody to be able to access the skill on launch, which elite skills don't do. And with that, you'd have to put behind it, if we were talking Necromancy, what that comes up, 80 summoning, 80 magic, 80 divination maybe. So I don't think it's going to be an elite skill. And what our people have seen, Thaxi, Zant, people who have been walking around other communities have said that the general sense looking at this so far seems to be a sense of trust amongst the community rather than straight out negativity, and nobody's picking anything apart yet. People are just kind of, throwing ideas out there on the wall of what it might be. And then Sirion made a very good point this week. He said, what's in a name? You could have called it something like abjuration or inscription or something else entirely with that. What he effectively did is he just went to the dictionary and pulled up synonyms.
Did he mean conjuration when he said that?
No, he definitely wrote abjuration.
No, I know that's what he wrote, but is that what he meant?
He said it could have been conjuration as well, and he said that when you think about it, conjuration, by its definition of what you have now, is actually summoning in-game.
Correct.
And what he said is that you look at other words of skills that are in-game, like divination in particular, it has nothing to do with what divination means. So there really shouldn't be much read into necromancy at this point.
Why did he pick that word? It's just what confuses me.
Oh, I was talking to him when he was going through this, and these were just words that we thought sounded fun.
It's from D&D. There's a school of abjuration.
Yeah, that's it. That's
All right.
He is a DM.
All right. Now I understand why foreign man use funny word.
And,
All right. I rest my case on that one.
And the question is, why necromancy now? And I think this is going to be our fun discussion point here. Why necromancy right now? And the answer I have for this, or rather the initial premise, is that in 2018, in detailing why they chose archaeology, Maud Osborne at the time then, who Maud Jack now has that job, Maud Osborne said necromancy, sailing, and spellcrafting were early frontrunners that were ahead of archaeology in the skills that were chosen. And he said archaeology didn't win in every category. Necromancy took that crown, but that's a longer story. But it, being archaeology, was a close second, and they all excited our designers much more than necromancy. So, with that, we're left to two things being true, or one of two things being true. Either the necromancy design got better than it was in 2018, or, and I sincerely hope this is not the case, the second best design of 2018 is fine for 2022. And with that, I am choosing to believe that it's the former, where the design got a lot better than it was back in 2018. And that's my initial thoughts of where we're at right now with necromancy. I'd prefer not to go into what the skill might or might not do. One of you guys take it away.
You know, I wasn't super excited to hear the name. What's in a name? Well, marketing. That's in the name. And so when I hear necromancy, I hear, yeah, I know y'all say, oh, it's not summoning. How? Right? Like it's hard because you make that connection. The other connection I make is combat. So at the end of the day, I just basically was like, all right, well, it's either going to be something that I want to do and I'll get into it, or it won't. But either way, I'm going to keep playing. So.
And isn't that the binary of any skill or any choice in game? You either do it or you don't. I mean,
yeah.
And based on what we see here and what we have in other games, the early front-running guess I think might be combat support skill, like Slayer, right? But maybe different. I don't know. Other ideas that come up with is, archaeology is communicating with the past through relics and the codex and whatnot. What if this is communicating with the dead and supporting other skills and training methods on that through that?
I mean, give me a straight gathering. Give me fishing 2.0, fishing for souls, baby.
That might be an angle of it.
Then we can talk.
Right. And see, that's another thing. We don't know where this is going to land. We don't know if it's support, combat, gathering, or processing skill.
Well, I mean, honestly, though, do you really think it could be anything other than combat?
Yeah, I do. I think it could be a support skill that fits in with thieving and dungeoneering and all the other support skills in game, Slayer, etc.
I have no idea what's going to come from it, and I'm interested to see it. I think, having zero expectations and zero anything,
and that's the important
I know
part.
I haven't been paying attention to any of the leaks or anything. All they've released is the name, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Jagex officially released. All they've released is the name.
Right, and a video showing some skulls on it and the branding logo for it. But that's it.
Neat. I'm interested to see what happens next.
Right.
I can speculate till I'm red in the face, but I don't know anything about it.
Right, and that doesn't do
just anyone else.
And that doesn't do anyone good to, speculate and jump off the nearest, bandwagon, or jump onto the nearest bandwagon for that. You can find full episodes of RSBANDB Update right here on this YouTube channel. If you found this video useful or just enjoyed it, like and subscribe, or leave a comment.